Hello, my friends. I want to share something with you today that has just been life-changing for me. Something that has really created this incredible sense of magic in my life. It's created a sense of deeper meaning, of deeper purpose. I feel more deeply connected. And all of this is available to all of us. And this experience of life, to experience it this way, it's through the process of alignment. It's becoming spiritually aligned. It's when our thoughts, our emotions, our beliefs, our values, and most importantly, our actions are aligned with our soul's desires. And the number one thing you really need to understand about what it takes to be in alignment is that you need to learn to listen to the inner voice of your soul. There is an inner guidance system within you which is consistently showing you the path ahead. You may not always know where you're going in the long run in life. Often we have no idea. But what I've come to realize over the past few months is that the more I find myself in this sense of alignment where everything starts to flow more easily, I'm experiencing more synchronicities, things just start to seem to go my way more and more. Well, the thing I've noticed is that often I'm only actually able to see one step ahead. I only actually need to see where I need to put the next foot forward. Now, just because alignment is a sense of ease more in life, it doesn't mean that it's always easy. It does mean that most of the time, this path that is taking you forward in life, this trail that you're finding yourself on and that you are congruent with internally, it's going to take you through challenges, because that's ultimately what the soul wants to experience in life. The soul wants to go through certain challenges because that's where it has the opportunity to grow, to expand, and to get to know itself on a deeper level. So this is the real key to being in alignment and ultimately creating the kind of life where you get this deep sense of fulfillment, this meaning, this purpose. It all comes from actually going through these phases, these challenges that your soul wants to experience and coming out the other side. That's the fulfillment. And most of the time, those challenges are going to mean coming up against certain layers of your own conditioning, because that's where the fear exists. And it's by passing through this fear that we come out of the other side. It's like passing through a portal. That's why fear isn't something that we need to be generally concerned about, because often it's actually acting as a wonderful signpost showing us that we're actually on the right path. We know if we're following something from a deep inner guidance, if we're listening to that inner voice and we're acting on it, then we are, and it's taking us through into fear. You can be guaranteed that that fear is there to benefit you. The fear is there to act as the challenge that you need to overcome in order to expand your consciousness and to get to know yourself on a deeper, energetic, spiritual level. So this is it, really. This is the number one key. It's like, if we want to tap into that life of deeper fulfillment, deeper meaning, the number one thing we need to do is to learn to just tap into the messages from within, the direction from within, because often it's going against the logic of our mind. But we need to learn to trust it anyway, because in many ways, what alignment really is faith. It's faith inner knowing beyond what the mind is telling you. And the more that we practice this, the more that we practice actually listening and having faith in this knowing rather than the need to mentally reason and understand on a mental level, the more we open this channel up and the clearer these messages become. Because the very first time I ever listened to my intuition, it was just a faint whisper. I didn't really know what it was, but it's taken me through the biggest transformation and transformations afterwards that I ever could have imagined, changing my life so dramatically. And this is 100% available for every single person. We are born in it. Alignment is our birthright. It's just a matter of actually recognizing what that inner voice is, recognizing this sense of expansion that this inner voice provides in us rather than contraction. Often when we're trying to decide things with our minds, we enter a contracted state. When you are recognizing a deeper knowing within yourself, it should feel good. It should feel expansive and alive. That's what it feels like in your body when you're hearing this inner voice trying to guide you and show you the way forward. It's like an inner compass that we just need to learn how to use. And like I said, it's like working at the gym. You know, you want to build the muscles, then you have to train it. And it's just the same with tapping into this intuitive voice. But then the key is obviously to act, because acting on it is imperative. It's the acting on the inner voice that actually expands the channel. And that's where you need to have the most courage. Because it's only with the courage, it's only with the bravery that you can actually pass through those gates of fear and get to enjoy the rewards on the other side. You don't even need to know what those rewards are going to be on the other side of acting in the face of fear in the name of your aligned inner voice. You don't need to know. One thing you will come to see by doing this is that there's always rewards. There's always the things that you're desiring somewhere down that path. Somewhere dotted along that path, that aligned trail of aligned action, is everything that you desire. And bit by bit, as you travel along this path, passing through these gates of fear, these challenges that you need to overcome, you are going to start to receive all of these different things that you want to receive, that you're desiring, that are going to make you feel good. And you're going to enjoy life more, because the more we start to actually live from this magical sense of alignment, then you know what? Life really does appear far more magical. Synchronicities abound. Constantly now, I feel like my life is becoming one big synchronicity. It's becoming normal now where the gap between my intuitive knowing and me acting is becoming smaller and smaller. Because it used to be that the mind would interfere a lot. But I've noticed that the more you get used to acting and trusting and ultimately having faith in this inner guidance system, the quicker you act, and you're starting to collapse time. You're starting to trust more and more in this inner guidance system. And that's how you really bring the things that you desire more in life to you faster. And in this process, fear fades. It's just not as empowered as it is when you believe the stories of the fear. When the debate that goes on in the mind becomes so much smaller, when you start to act from the voice of intuition, without having to have such a mental debate around it all, that's what true surrender is. That's what faith is. And that's when you start to really get to enjoy life in a completely different way. And that's when you also access your true powers, your true gifts, because life starts to become more limitless. What you can do becomes more limitless, because actually it's just the universe reflecting back to you how you are tapping into more of your true limitless nature. All of this within you right now. And that little voice inside you cannot wait for you to really listen and to act on what it's trying to tell you. So I hope you enjoyed this video today, guys. If you did enjoy it, let me know in the comments what you thought. I'd love to read anything you guys have to say. And if you did enjoy this video, then drop me a like. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel for plenty more content like this. I'll see you in the next one.